7 years ago, Leicester City won the Premier League and did the unthinkable, and everything looked like it was on the up. However, this season they've been absolutely horrendous, and they could be getting relegated after a 3-0 thrashing to Liverpool. They face Newcastle away on Monday night and need a win. In this video, I'm going to rebuild Leicester City and bring them back to their glory days and try and win the Champions League with the historic club. Well, the first player out the door is Ryan Bertrand, as I just don't think he's good enough. 32 years old, decreasing in overall. And we got 1.1 million from Burnley for him, so I think it's well and truly worth the money. The second player we let go of was Daniel Almaty to Galatasaray for 4.6 million. Definitely worth the cash out as his contract was up in the summer. And maybe the biggest shock to you all was me selling Yuri Tielemans to Man City for 55 million pounds. Now hear me out, it gives us 120 million pounds to invest in the team and also an A-grade rating. So therefore, I think it's best off we use this money to invest in other positions in the team and build our team up better. So boys, for the first signing we have brought in Eric Garcia from Barcelona for 12 million plus Yannick Vestergaard. I think this will be a very good signing as he'll slot into our backline very well and improve it massively and hopefully develop into a world-class player. And then boys, for the second signing of the Leicester City rebuild, we have signed Youssoufa Moukoko for 14 million pounds from Borussia Dortmund. This is an absolute steal. The 17-year-old will be a gem at this football club and I'm excited for him to start. And then for the replacement for Yuri Tielemans, we have splashed the cash and spent 30 million on Thuram from Nice. The 21-year-old is a future prospect for France and should come into this Leicester side and improve us massively. And then for the final signing of the window, we have signed Alex Romero for 35 million pounds from Real Sociedad. It was a much needed signing as Leicester have been really poor in between the sticks this season, using Danny Ward and Iverson, who are not good enough for Premier League standards. It's a team that we'll be planning on using. As you can see, it's looking a lot better now. It's unfortunate we've lost Tielemans, however it had to happen in order for us to reinforce in other areas. Let's see how we get on in the first season. And wow, what a season we had indeed, finishing 8th, just shy off Europa Conference League football next season. However, 8th in the Premier League is fantastic compared to how Leicester are doing in real life. That is unbelievable from us. Burnley won the FA Cup against Manchester City 3-1 in the final. That is very surprising. Man City, however, did win the Carabao Cup 2-1 against Brentford in the final. Juventus won the Champions League against Real Madrid in the final. And in the Europa League, Manchester United faced PSG and PSG won 4-2 in the end. AZ Alkmaar, who just got knocked out by West Ham in real life, did win the Conference League this time. And there's no surprise there, isn't there not? In 40 appearances, Jamie Vardy managed to score 21 goals at the age of 36 throughout the season. Fantastic from him. As well as Harvey Barnes, who got 16 goals and 13 assists. Only at 83 rated and 25-year-old, that is sensational from him. Absolutely destroying Madison on the charts there. New signing Thuram went up by 3 ratings. Fantastic signing in the end. And the other signing, Alex Romero, the 28-year-old Spaniard, went up by 2 ratings to an 85. He's been a very good player, keeping 9 clean sheets this season. Fantastic from him. So for the first signing of season 2, I've signed Ryan Lodi from Atletico Madrid. The ex-Nottingham Forest fullback has came to the Foxes and hopefully he will play well this season. The first player we've got rid of this season is Luke Thomas. He's went on loan for 12 months to Villarreal, and I think it'll be a good little bit of experience for him to go to a different country and play some football, as he's not going to be getting game time over Ren and Lodi. Now lads, for a bit of squad depth, we have signed Max Aarons from Espanyol in Spain. I think it would be good. Back up to Pereira for £7 million. I think he's perfect. Back up. Now we've let Iheanacho go for 13.5 million to Real Betis. I know what you're thinking, why didn't you give him a chance? Well, truthfully, I don't think he's going to get the game time ahead of Moukoko. Therefore, I thought we might as well cash in and get the money before his contract expires in the summer. Just before the Premier League season kicks off, here is the team that we're going to be using for season 2. I'm not going to improve it too much because I do believe that this team will get Europe. As we can see, Moukoko will be playing now as Jamie Vardy has kind of fell off in rating, and Lodi is the main new signing. So let's see how we get on, boys. I think we can get Conference League or maybe even Europa at the end of the season. And that is the end of season 2, boys. We finished 5th in the league on 69 points, joint level with Manchester City, so we were so close to getting top 4, but our goal difference just wasn't good enough. However, top 5 is fantastic, and I'm very happy with that. Liverpool beat West Brom in the FA Cup final. Southampton beat Man City to win the Carabao Cup. Liverpool won the Champions League against Juventus in the final. Sporting Lisbon won the Europa League. Braga won the Conference League. With Jamie Vardy being 71 rated and not being able to play much these days anymore, Harvey Barnes had to step up this season, scoring 18 goals and got 9 assists in 44 games. Incredible from the young lad, going up to an 86 overall. New signing Tete scored 11 goals and got 4 assists, going up by 3 overalls. Fantastic for him. And Moukoko, the lad that we signed last season, scored 11 goals, got 1 assist in his first proper season in England. With the board giving us over £150 million to spend, we had to bring in some world-class players, and that is exactly what we've done. For the first sign of the third season, we have signed Kingsley Coman from Bayern Munich for about £70 million. This is going to be an incredible signing. For the second signing of the third season, taking up about all our budget now, we have had to make a massive statement in signing Ibrahima Konate from Liverpool. The 25-year-old is coming to Leicester City to play in the Europa League. This is going to be a brilliant signing as he's still young. He wasn't getting much game time at Liverpool, and he's also 84 rated. Now, for the start of season 3, this is the team that we've built so far. It is looking incredible, and as you can see, the signing of Konate does move Garcia to the bench. However, that's not a bad thing. It just shows how much good squad depth we've got and how ready we are for Europe. Well, that is season 3 ended now. 38 games in the Premier League played, and we have finished on 71 points in 5th position again. So we haven't went up or down one. We've done pretty well. I'm happy with that, and hopefully we can do well in the Europa League next season. Arsenal won the FA Cup against Chelsea in a London derby. Manchester City beat Newcastle in the Carabao Cup final. Real Madrid beat Liverpool to win the Champions League for the 15th time. Juventus won the Europa League, who also knocked us out 3-1 out aggregate in the quarterfinals, which is unfortunate. Real Sociedad won the Europa Conference League, and once again Harvey Barnes is the top goal scorer at this football club with 21 goals and 12 assists in 52 appearances, going for 89 overall. Absolutely sensational from this lad. Well, the first signing of season 4 is Mazraoui from Bayern Munich. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, I'm probably not, but the Moroccan right back from Bayern Munich. We have signed him for a very good price of about £38 million as his contract was expiring. This is a brilliant signing, 85 rated, and he'll slot straight into our team. And yes, boys, if you want to talk about statement signings, this was ours. We have just signed Declan Rice for £80 million. Yeah, this is unbelievable. The central defensive midfielder was still at West Ham, so I thought we should snap him up and give him European football, and this is a brilliant signing. And then, boys, just to wrap up the window, I thought it was appropriate to sign a backup goalkeeper, so we bought Robert Sanchez, the Brighton goalkeeper, for £20.35 million from Stade Reims in France. Let's get into the season now, boys. So here is the team for the upcoming season. As you can see, it's pretty incredible. I'm pretty happy with the team we've built. Even the bench is looking pretty good. The only player that I'm not very happy about in there is FaZe, because he's only 83 rated. However, I'm sure this season he might be able to grow into a better player. Alright then, lads, for the first chance to win a trophy throughout the whole season, here we are in the Johan Cruyff Arena against Napoli in the Europa League final. Let's see if Leicester City can lift it. Can they? Yes, they can. 3-1 in the final. Coleman with the double and Konate with the first goal. Excellent performance from us. And not only have we just won the Europa League, we have also finished top of the league in the Premier League. This is unbelievable. Finishing 4 points clear of Liverpool. West Ham United managed to win the FA Cup 3-0 in the final. Manchester City won the Carabao Cup in a 7-goal affair with Tottenham. PSG won the Champions League 2-1 against Manchester City. Of course, we won the Europa League 3-1 against Napoli. And Braga won the second Europa Conference League in a row. And in this fantastic season, the young lad Yusufa Moukoko was our top goal scorer with 37 goals, 4 assists. Unbelievable in 50. Well, lads, you talk about teams overpaying for players, and we possibly might have done that. We have just signed Pedri from PSG for £170 million. The 92 Spaniard is coming to Leicester City to play Champions League football and hopefully win us the big trophy. Alright then, lads, this is it, the Champions League final. We have somehow made it the Champions League final with Leicester City after being almost relegated in our first season. We've almost made it to the Champions League final. Let's see what we can do. Hopefully we can get a win. Can we win it? That's the big question. Come on, Leicester. And there we go, boys. We have completed the challenge. We have rebuilt Leicester City into a super team, and we have won the Champions League against Barcelona, and Pedri scored against his old club in the final. Brilliant that. And Konate scored another goal in a final. If you remember, he scored in the Europa League final. Unfortunately, boys, we couldn't win the Premier League for 2 seasons in a row. We lost out to Chelsea by 4 points. That's pretty unlucky. 80 points as well. We did pretty well, but we didn't do well enough. This was our first time in the Community Shield final, and we lost 1-0 to West Ham, which is pretty embarrassing. We did indeed win the FA Cup 2-1 against Manchester United in the final though, which is really good. Another trophy added. Manchester City beat West Ham in the Carabao Cup final 3-0, and we also did lose in the Super Cup final to Paris Saint-Germain 3-2. Very unlucky, and probably battled pretty hard. However, in the Champions League final, we did indeed win it, completing the rebuild. beating Barcelona 2-1, which is fantastic. Atletico Madrid beat PSG in the Europa League final, and then Frankfurt beat Manchester United to win the Europa Conference League. Harvey Barnes probably having his worst season in the Leicester shirt under my regime, only getting 20 goal contributions, 12 goals and 8 assists. However, still a very good season for him, and a season to remember for Leicester City fans. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.